nothing compared to the team. My gang, we had to go home with a dream. No plan, we knew how to work, knew how to fall in love with the pain. No cap, when we on the field, we making them fall in love with the game. We go to war, we ain't gonna train. Keep 100, we go all the way. 11 hours and we call it a day. Up at 7, do it all again. And that's my team. Any other team, we showing them up. The only direction we going is up. The only reflection of gold is us. Just think on my back, I got the front, we move as a unit. If one of us falls, we pick him back up, yeah, that's how we do it. If we can be stopped, don't call me a bluff, cause no one has proved it. When we at the top, don't say it was luck, cause we had to choose it. We always hungry and want more. This is the battle we come for. You call it extra time, but we just call it an encore. Been ready to rumble, and we bringing it straight to your front door. Me and the team gon' leave you beat up, bullied, and dunked on. Ain't nothing we gonna run from. We get whatever we come from. Stepping away, and we gonna leave you beat up, bullied, and dunked on. Beat up, bullied, and dunked on. All our position is done for. Beat up, bullied, and dunked on. Finish whatever we start. We ain't afraid of a battle, we run once. The team go, then we gon' leave you dunked on. Beat up, bullied, and dunked on. All our position is done for. Beat up, bullied, and dunked on. If you know, you know. Got victory, state of mind, and you can't break the mold. Yeah, with my team, we ain't about to fold. If we in it, we gon' win it. That's my ride or die. Ain't nothing we gonna run from. We get whatever we come from. Stepping away and we gonna leave you beat up, bullied, and dunked on. Beat up, bullied, and dunked on. All our position is done for. Beat up, bullied, and dunked on. Finish whatever we start. We ain't afraid of a battle, we run once. The team go, then we gon' leave you dunked on. Beat up, bullied, and dunked on. All our position is done for. Beat up, bullied, and dunked on. Rep the colors, rep the numbers, rep each other. We gon' leave you dunked on.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Scratch the children of all ages. I'm muted in the Discord. That's about it. Children of all ages, why are you here? You shouldn't be here. This ain't for you. Go play with Legos or some shit. Do something. Don't be here. Get out of here. I'm gonna wait a few seconds for the children to leave. Yeah, leave. Yeah. No, you need to leave. No, go ask your mom to make you chicken tenders. It's Daddy's Day. Did they leave? They need to get out of here. It's ain't for them. As you can clearly see on your screen, it's not Children's Day edition. This is Father's Day edition of the AACL Reycap with your host, the Dot Machine, Ray Bashan. No motherfucking chicken tenders. Listen, chicken tenders are the shit. Let's start this off like Dave would. Let's go through the chat real quick. Crazy was here first, telling me to start now, a minute early. Up next, everybody's favorite, Stream Elements. Nate Hall with the yo. Dave Axis coming in here with the let's fucking go. Doug, we're going with crickets. You gotta give it a little bit of time before you hear that music, Dougie. Boone, what's going on? Leather's in the chat. Clamsy Whamsy. That sexy ass beast Ray Bashan is here. Annie, what's going on? Crazy. Oh, I've already shouted you out. You get another shout out. Fuck it. Why not? Churchill, what's going on, buddy? Stream Elements is bomb. What the fuck is Stream Elements? Is that what you use, Dave? You use Stream Elements? Are you... Is that just your favorite sound alert today? Just nope.
It's not coming through the fucking stream.
It should be coming through the stream.
It's not. You want to try again?
Go ahead. Why is it not coming through? My desktop audio is set. Oh, hold on. I probably know why. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. All right, try it again. There you go. No, it was unmuted. It was just set to the wrong audio placement. It was set to my speakers instead of my headset. And now I'm being told to unmute myself in Discord because she wants to hear me 3 different times now. How you guys doing? Special Father's Day edition of the AACL Reycap, week 4.
Daddy. Oh, Daddy.
Perfect. That's actually perfect. I like that. As you can see, we got all the things daddies would want on their Father's Day. We got the nice little cooler.
Oh,
We got the nice little cooler of beer. We got a nice little selection there, whichever one you want to drink. You know, I don't drink any of those, unfortunately, but you know, it's there. I'd try a Heineken. I would try a Heineken, actually.
You didn't like it.
We go over there to the left side. Got the nice little lazy recliner there. You just sit there, kick your feet up, watch some Reycap going on today. Up in the top left, you got the fishing up there. Some of y'all are probably big fishers. I like going fishing once in a while, so got a nice little fishing because we all know dads would like that. And I think that's about everything that's on the screen, actually. So yeah, crazy. I got none of that. My wife forgot. How does your wife forget about Father's Day? My kids remembered to call me. That's a win. I shouldn't be laughing at that. Kids didn't get me any of that. Oof. No, just throw them kids under the bridge. We packed and then the kiddo and I left Ray for the pool, so it was a win for him. I got to chill in front of my PC and just watch shit, so I guess. My daughter called me. Wished me happy Father's Day and all that, so that was a thank you. That was a fun time. Since they didn't hear it before, go ahead and hit the daddy button again.
Oh.
Daddy. Oh, Daddy.
There you go. There you go. Hopefully that's what y'all all get later in the night.
No.
I'm regretting putting clams at the soundboard right now. So, you guys want to go over some rules for the Reycap? I didn't have this last week, so we're gonna have it this week. The rules, which I like to call the final ruling. There's your final rulings. Hey, if I say something to offend you, I do not fucking care. It's 2024. Get the fuck over yourselves. Plain and simple. Plain and simple rule, right? Plain and simple. 2. All plays seen in these highlights are from human players. Only plays that went 15 plus yards will be shown. Nobody cares you got 2 yards after curdling, spinning, and or juking. It was 2 yards. Grow the fuck up. Another simple rule, right? Omaha. Forgot to add into last rule, every touchdown, regardless of human or AI, will be shown. It's my show. I can break my fucking rules. Blame Dave. He gave me my show. Fun fact of the week, you should vote for Ray Vachon as Offensive Player of the Week. He is called the Dot Machine for a reason. Fuck Taz. He is no Ray. Love you, Taz.
Nope.
You definitely don't vote for clams.
Emotional damage.
Moving on to the next rule. Spider 2Y banana. This play can be divided into 3 parts. You have the formation, protection, and route portions. If you hear green right, that tells the off. Wait, why the fuck is this in my rules? Who the fuck put this in my rules?
Not me.
What the fuck's John Gruden? Kyle, Khalil, Kurt, Kimberly, Kirk, Ken, is he here? I don't know. Fuck. We'll see later. And finally, last rule, Dave, he's not here. Plain and simple, Dave's not here.
Hang on.
It's only you.
I'm being told to hold.
Dave's not here.
There you go. Thank you. So,
You're fired.
does everybody got the rules set up and everything? We're all good? Do we understand?
Oh, Daddy.
Do we understand the rules for the Father's Day edition of the AACL Reycap?
Nope.
Do I need to go over any of them? Like the fun fact of the week, you should vote for Ray Bashan as Offensive Player of the Week.
Nope.
The last rule is the best? I think so as well. I thought I was right here. All right, perfect. Let's move on. Get back to the Reycap screen. Ladies and gentlemen, week 4 finished up, we'll say about 2 days ago. Somewhere around there, yeah. The day, 18 hours, something like that. What a whirlwind of a week. What a damn whirlwind, I swear. So, no better way to start it off, right? Like, you have to start it off somehow. Let me move that down real quick. Oh, shit. What the fuck just happened? I put it in a folder again! What folder did I put it in? Shit. How do I keep doing this to myself? There you go. That's close enough. Yeah, dude, they should just have it to where you don't have to put anything in folders if the folder's locked, pretty much. OBS. Fun. Yeah, I don't see anybody else. I don't see anything else that I put on the Reycap screen. You know, just the normal stuff. Normal Father's Day edition stuff. So, let's move on to the highlights. We're going to start this off with the first matchup of week 4. We got Kansas and Auburn going at it. Number 10, Auburn climbing back in the rankings after their win last week. And we got Kansas Jayhawks looking to stay in that number 5 position. And look at them doing it well. Picks off Pink Lisa on her almost the first pass of the game. Becomes a 2nd and 2. Hands it off to Tony Ava. He runs it in for 8 yards. Gives Kansas the early lead. And look at him just creeping. He just creeping into their end zone. Auburn would go nowhere with their next drive, but Kansas finding TJ Hendricks down the middle for the 2nd touchdown of the night. 1st and 10, Lisa deciding I don't want to pass the ball anymore. I'm just going to run it down the middle. Picks up 19 there past midfield. So we move on to the very next play after. 1st and 10, doing a little dance, make a little love, get picked tonight in the end zone. Kansas, 2nd interception on Pink Lisa. Kansas would get a field goal on that, unfortunately. 3rd and 1, Lisa throws it over to the right, finds Clamsy Whamsy for 16 yards. Clamsy telling the referees, yeah, you better count that shit. 2nd and 2, fakes the handoff to Highwind, doing a little dance, make a little love, finds 69 down the middle, 23 yards, picks up the 1st down. A couple plays later, 2nd and 9, hands it off. I believe that is Krista with the 18-yard jet sweep. Picks up the 1st down, and Auburn is finally in the red zone for the first time tonight. Lisa takes the ball herself, breaks off 2 tacklers, and walks it into the end zone. Lisa with the 1st touchdown for the Auburn Tigers. Makes it a 17-7 game. 1st and 10, you know, Howitzer just doing Howitzer things, spinning in the pocket, throwing it over to the left side for the 1st down, but they would unfortunately go 3 and out after that. 1st and 10, they hand it off to Fox Highwind. Gets 20 yards, let him clap and trying to get his team motivated. Makes it a 3rd and 5, 17-10 in the game. We're already in the 3rd quarter, folks, and Lisa just doing Lisa things. Her thing this season has been interception, and look at her, she is not happy about it. 3rd interception of the game. It would be a real shame if she did it for a 4th time, right? But here's Iwan, stiff-arming a man, getting him away, and picking up the toughest 1st down I have probably seen in a while. 18 yards to keep Auburn in the drive. There's the 2nd and 1. Remember when I said she wasn't going to throw an interception again? I was half right. I mean, she threw an interception, but I never said anything about a pick six. Am I right? Oh, no. Nope. Okay, so I was fully right. There was an interception. He would go down with an injury, unfortunately. He is an AI, so we don't really care, and we're not really going to highlight that. But Howitzer finding his receiver over to the right side. Kansas would take the 24-10 lead late in the third quarter. 3rd and 11. Lisa dropping back, throwing it over to the left side. Has Mel Davis for the 22 yards. Easy first down completion. 2nd and 14 after a stop from Howitzer on the run. Lisa says, hey, I have legs. No, I have a pitch. And Highwind is just nowhere to be found. And it's an easy recovery for the Jayhawks. Another turnover from the Auburn Tigers. Kansas would go nowhere with it, so we go to almost a 3 and out from Auburn. It's a 4th and 4, and she finds none other than the Clamsy Whamsy over on the right side for 21 yards to keep the drive going. Couple plays later, 2nd and 8, throws it over to the right side. Guess who? Clamsy Whamsy once again for 17 yards, jogging back to that formation because she knows there is damage that needs to be done. They would go for it on 4th down at the goal line and be stopped. And this is where Kansas just runs it down their throat. 19 yards to pick up the first. 4:20 left, 2nd and 6. Fakes the handoff. Howitzer says, I can do it myself. Shrugs off a tackle, tries to get near it. He would get 5 yards, and he would also leave the game, almost out of the game, actually. He would be out of the game forever. Not forever, just forever in this game, I guess. Jalen Daniels would come in, try to do something, but he would get sacked by the Auburn defense. So Auburn has some life. 2 minutes, down by 20. Can Lisa do anything? Finds her target of the night. That is Clamsy Whamsy. Once again, it was a fumble, Dave. 1st and 10. Lisa thrown over to left side. Has Gavin Duke for the 28 yards, and the Tigers find the end zone. But unfortunately, that's where it would stop because Kansas. That is the wrong game. What the? Okay. But Kansas would hold on. Well, actually, not really hold on. They would pretty much dominate Auburn on the night. 33-17. As you can see, the stats of the game, I have every single human stats on this game. So Lisa went 23 for 34, 279 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions, had a 67% completion rating, took 1 sack, also ran for 10 for 31 and a touchdown, and also had that fumble. There's the fumble, Dave. So I answered your question a little bit late there. Highwind had 20 attempts for 97 yards, three catches for 26. Clamsy Whamsy, the star of the night, 7 catches for 121 yards, and also had 1 attempt rushing for 9 yards that you did not see because she did not go over 15 plus. Remember the golden rule.
You, no one asked you.
Mel Davis, 5 catches, 56 yards. Gavin Duke, 3 catches, 42 yards. And the Tutty, Krista, 3 catches for 30 yards. She also had 2 rushing attempts for 19 yards. Rashad Watson had 10 tackles, 3 for a loss and 1 deflection. Blake Grant had 10 tackles, 2 for a loss. Cade Pence had 8 tackles, 1 ATK, which I have figured out what ATK stands for. It's assisted tackles. I'm still going to call it ATK. And 1 tackle for a loss. Mike Twinscrew, 7 tackles and 1 for a loss. Jordan Baker, 5 tackles, 1 ATK, 1 TFL, and also having the 1 sack over on Howitzer. And Slurms McKenzie, you know, he's just there for 3 tackles. Moving over to the Kansas sideline, you got Howitzer runs a lot, 16 for 18, 168 yards, 2 touchdowns, 88% completion, 2 sacks. Also ran 9 times for 20 yards. He left in the 4th quarter early, as we all saw. Tony Ava, 35 attempts, 195 yards, 1 touchdown, quite possibly an offensive player of the week contender for week 4, because we're going to week 5 now, right? Yeah. 3 catches for 21 yards also for him. Skee Ball Doozy Whistle had 4 catches for 24 yards. TJ Hendricks, 3 catches, 48 yards, 1 touchdown. He also had a rushing attempt for -2 yards. Stuart Zamalia had a catch for 10 yards. Also had 2 attempts for -8 yards on rushing. Knuckles McDouble had 10 tackles. Chad Stinson, 7 tackles, 1 ATK, 1 tackle for a loss, 1 interception that resulted in -1 yards. Possibly defensive player of the week material there. Anthony Anderson, 5 tackles, 1 ATK. Seth Berlin, 4 tackles. Dion Danga, 4 tackles, 2 for a loss. And Timothy Shea had 1 tackle. Were you even playing, bro? Were you even in the game? did you just go out for one play and say, Coach, I'm done? That's the way I'm looking at it. And that's the way everybody else should look at it too. Tomorrow's only a ray away. I love that. We do not need to see Game 8 highlights. Oh, we're seeing all the highlights, unfortunately for you. Sorry. So sorry. So we move on to the next game. We got #1 Penn State taking on Missouri as Missouri looks to try and light a fire under their ass early. Shiloh Banks gets 17 yards on that pick and run. Makes it a 1st and 10, hands it off to Shiloh Banks once again, just finding holes all over that Penn State Lions defense. He picks up another 17 and says they ain't winning in my house. Missouri would only take a field goal there. I believe this is 1st and 10. Guy Clausen throwing it down the field, having a man wide open down the left side. That is Chris. #CGQ with the big pickup and the touchdown to put the Nittany Lions up 7-3. But Iowa's not going to stand down and take that. They're going to throw it short to Anthony Jackson there for 17 yards. 17 is the magical number for Missouri, by the way. They would absolutely do nothing after that play. 1st and 10, hands it off to Blitzkrieg. Blitzkrieg finding more holes in that defense. Picks up an easy run. Penn State would get down near the red zone before they throw an absolute machine to #CGQ. 21-yard touchdown. Goes up 14-3. Very next drive for Penn State. Back in the red zone. Finding another receiver in the back. That is Cam for the easy touchdown. They would review this to see if he was actually in. But unfortunately for the referees, you got to believe in the Cam because he was in, and that is his touchdown. 2nd and 18 for Missouri. Drops back, looking over the middle, has a receiver. Picks up the 17 yards to make it a 3rd and manageable. They would pick up the 1st down, and as you can see, it's now 3rd and 15. Later on in the drive, drops back, looking over the left, wide open receiver on the left, Jared Lorenzen. But they're saying he was out of bounds. But, and this is where I want to, like, what the fuck is wrong with the refs, all right? Look at this man's foot, and it fucking glitched out. He was clearly out of bounds, but I think they confirmed it. Not sure. It glitched out on me. Don't know why. As you can see, we're back on Penn State now. 21-6, 5 seconds left. Guy Clausen trying to throw it somewhere to get it. Easy one-handed interception from Missouri. That would lead it to halftime. Make it 21-6 at halftime. Immediately back from halftime, Penn State gets the ball first. Guy Clausen finding a receiver over there. Look at the man spinning in midair. Max Knight, 19 yards, hanging onto the ball and still able to get up and celebrate with his teammates. Immediately right after, hands it off to Highwind. Nice block right there in front. Highwind, that's not Highwind. I apologize. That is Blitzkrieg. Running down the left side, picks up a huge 1st down there. 3rd and 9 for Clausen, throwing it over the middle. Just somehow juking out everybody. Max Knight had a Missouri guy doing spins. I swear. 1st and goal. Clausen drops back, looking over the right side, finds an easy pickup right there. Jaden Doughton with the 2 yards. Penn State goes up 28-6. Make it a 1st and 10. Missouri drops back, looking over the right side, has his man Yugi Dre, gets 20 yards. I heard Game 8 highlights got lost in translation. Sure. 4th and 5. Missouri needs this 1st down to get it. He's throwing down the left side. It is going to be picked off by Penn State. Easy interception. Penn State would do absolutely bumfuck nothing with it. So we go back to Missouri. 2nd and 13. Throwing to the left side. But guess what? Penn State says, hey, I want another one. And he tries to get past everybody, but he's going to get dropped at the 15. So we go to a 2nd and 10. Just plays later. Guy Clausen drops back, and he's going absolutely nowhere because he's going to get sacked by the Tigers defense. Jay Balmer with that sack. Penn State would settle for a field goal. Missouri 2nd and 10, throwing to the right side. Guess who? That's Yugi Dre once again for 15 yards for the Tigers. If they want to start digging themselves out of the hole, they better start now. Throw it to the right side once again. has Swift with it for 16 yards there. Another first down completion by the Tigers. 2nd and 9. He's dropping back. He's trying to find somebody. Throws the right side. Broken coverage. And Yugi Dre gets the nice 32-yard snag for the touchdown. And hold on. Oh, I'm never used to that fucking cannon shot fire. As they go for 2, shrugs that guy off, then just dances his way into the end zone. Missouri with the 2-point conversion makes it 31-21. Nice little pitch there from Clausen to Blitzkrieg, and Blitzkrieg just has Green out in front of him, trying to drop one, but he fumbles the ball. He fumbled the ball. The first rule of being a running back, you protect your fucking ball. Missouri would get it right after that, but Missouri looking at Blitzkrieg like a fucking hero. They're like, I want to do what that guy does. They fumble it right back to Penn State. Penn State would go absolutely nowhere with it. Missouri trying to throw a ball down the field, too short. Ends up being intercepted by the Penn State Nittany Lion defense, and Penn State would run away with this game and the victory to continue remaining undefeated. As you can see, 31-21, your final score of the game. Missouri tried to make that late surge comeback, but Penn State shut them down. Greaseball gate? No. Is that how we're doing it? As you can see, stats of the game. Jared Lorenzo, 31 for 49, 364 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, had 6 sacks total on him on the day. Also had 8 attempts rushing for negative 33 yards. Shiloh Banks, 24 attempts, 103 yards. He also had a fumble. As you can saw, he fumbled the ball like his hero, Blitzkrieg. Anthony Jackson, 6 for 37. Yugi Dre, 5 for 93 and a tutty. Swift with it, 2 for 25. And Carlton Rhodes, 10 tackles, 1 for a loss and a forced fumble. Pinkard, 6 tackles, 1 ATK, 1 interception, and had the deflection. Dre Pope, 5 tackles. JoJo had 4 tackles, 1 for a loss, 1 deflection, and 1 fumble recovery. Edward Diggs, 3 tackles and a tackle for a loss. Churchill, 2 tackles and 1 for a loss. BJ Shark Jr., not Baby Shark Jr., BJ Shark Jr., 2 tackles, 1 for a loss. And Jay Balmer had 2 tackles, 1 for a loss, and 1 sack. Over on the Penn State side, Guy Clausen having himself one hell of a day. 23 for 30, 292 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, had a 76% completion rating, and also only took 2 sacks. So pretty good job by the O-line there. Blitzkrieg, 19 attempts, 127 yards, had a fumble. As you saw on that big run by him, you gotta think he's in the workshop right now, handling his balls. Chris, hashtag CGQ, having 8 catches for 141 yards and 2 touchdowns. If he doesn't get any votes for Offensive Player of the Week, that'll be astounding that he doesn't get any votes.
Emotional damage.
Can I suggest a different font? My eyes are way too old to see that. I will change up the font. Not a problem. It was also kind of like being troublesome for me, but I'm kind of used to it now. Cam, 5 catches, 42 yards, and a touchdown. Max Knight, 3 catches for 52 yards. Scurvy Dog, 3 catches for 14 yards. Navarro Puzlesny had 6 tackles and a deflection. DeHaytene increasing his production from last week. 6 tackles, 1 for a loss, and 2 deflections. Squibbles, 5 tackles, had an interception for 20 yards and 1 deflection. Boonberry, 5 tackles, 3 for a loss, and 2 sacks. Mickey Malilo, 5 tackles, 1 deflection, and 1 forced fumble. Haxel Carter had 4 tackles. Odion Moldane had 4 tackles, 3 for a loss, 1 sack, and the fumble recovery. And Jimbo Colvert, 2 tackles and 1 for a loss. He was there in spirit. But Penn State moves on to 4-0, remains an undefeated team in the AACL. We'll have to see if the other undefeated team in the AACL remained undefeated, but we will get to that a little bit later as we move on to the next set of highlights. That will be Nebraska and Virginia Tech. Let's get into it as we start off the game, and we have a kickoff. Did I forget to edit this video? I forget to edit this video. I don't know what's going on here.
No, you didn't.
Like, he's clearly down, but the referees aren't marking him down. Dave Axis, he was not marked down by the referees. Gets off the pile, and he sees green in front of him, and he sees the end zone. We started off this game with a kickoff return for a touchdown from Dave Axis Jr. And look at him. Look at him. Nothing. No elbow, no knee or nothing touches the ground. So he's safe. He gets up, and he understands he was safe.
Dave.
As we go to a 4th and 1, it looked like a punt from Virginia Tech was coming, but they pulled the fake. Malachi Strong picking up the first down rush there. Later on in the drive, we got a 1st and goal. Chevy Monte Carlo trying to find his receiver in the end zone, and he does. That's Malachi Strong once again for the Virginia Tech touchdown. Makes it 7-7, 2nd and 13. Brooke throws it over to Dave. Yeah, Dave, and he's running down the sideline once again like it's a kickoff return. Picks up 32 on the catch there. 1st and 10, midfield. Brooke trying to find somebody, throws it down the field and finds Speedy Gonzalez. They finally find him so early in the game. He picks up the touchdown, 14-7 for the Cornhuskers, but Chevy ain't going to sit back and let that happen. Shrugs off a defender, says, you get out of here, but couldn't see the other one coming. He gets sacked on the 3rd down play there. Rob Foraker dropping down the Monte Carlo. Very next drive, Brooke drops back on a 2nd and 11, trying to find somebody, finds Pauly Truth right there in the middle. He's going to pick up 16 on that catch. They would go absolutely nowhere with that drive. Next drive to the Hokies. Hands it right off to Boogie Bar. He's going to pick up a good 24 yards. Later on in the drive, 3rd and 3 inside the red zone. Monte Carlo trying to make this game tied again. He finds Dante Ireland in the back for the touchdown. 10 toes down. Very next drive, Nebraska hands it off to Pauly Truth. He runs it down for a very hefty 15. 1st down. Near midfield, Brooke steps back, throwing down the left side, but it's going to be picked off. Brooke doing Brooke things and throwing the INT, and her coach is not happy.
You're fired.
We move on to the Virginia Tech drive. 2nd and 8. Nice little completion there. Wide open. Nobody around him. Malachi Strong, 24 yards. Later on the drive, 1st and goal inside the 10. Chevy's looking for a lead. He wants the lead. Gets away from one defender, but couldn't get away from the second. Gets his sacked by Foraker for his 2nd sack. 2nd and goal. Says, all right, we'll try this again. Throws it right over the middle. Dante Ireland with his 2nd touchdown of the day. Gives the Virginia Tech Hokies the lead, 21-14. Nebraska would do absolutely nothing with their next drive as Chevy's like, hey, I have wheels. Can I use those? Yeah, I can use them. I can run them up the gut of Nebraska's defense. Picks up a huge gain. Would take the field goal. Makes it 2nd and 14 for Nebraska. Nice little 16-yard completion to Dave to pick up the 1st down. 3rd and 4, Brooks drops back, trying to find somebody open. That's not your teammate, Brooke. That is your 2nd interception, though, but he does get tripped up before he could return it any further. Virginia Tech gets the ball back before half. Unfortunately, do absolutely bumfuck nothing with it. Next drive for Nebraska, Brooke would get sacked on 1st down by Albert Begin. Very next play, 2nd and 16, Brooke drops back, throwing over the middle, has Dave. Yeah, Dave Axis Jr., 21 yards. Nice completion and hook up there. 2nd and 10, throwing it down the middle. Had a man, but that man fumbled it. So now it's Virginia Tech ball once again. And now the coach is pissed off at him. Make it a 1st and 10 for Virginia Tech at midfield. Monte Carlo trying to go down the field quickly before halftime. Finds Malachi Strong for 17 yards. I would go absolutely nowhere with that. As we see, we're down to 5 minutes in the 3rd quarter. That's how boring this game was after halftime. But it got pretty good afterwards. Chevy Monte Carlo throws a pick 6 to Nebraska. Nebraska gets back into the game 24-24 all. 1st and 10. Brooke just throwing it over. Another interception. Brooke. Your guys are in the black. Your coach is yelling at you about that. Your guys are in the black uniforms. 3rd and 4 for Chevy. Throwing it over to the left side. Has a man beating the ref and the defender of the Cornhuskers. Virginia Tech retakes the lead 31-24. 3rd and 4 for Brooke. Throwing once again. It's not an interception. She does have a receiver, though. That's Dave's not here. Finally picking up his first catch of the game, 22 yards. 3rd and 9, Brooke drops back once again, sees the pressure, decides not to get rid of it. She's just going to get sacked by the Hokies defense. Yogi Barr picking up the sack. As Virginia Tech looks to get at least possibly 1 first down, and there's the first down. But Boogie Barr says, I'm not done. Yeah, you thought it was going to be first down and it? No, Boogie Barr was looking for the end zone, but he gets tripped up by the shoelaces, 51 yards. Virginia Tech, 1:31 left, 3rd and 2. Monte Carlo says, hey, look, he's open over there. Let me just throw it over there, and let's put the dagger in the coffin. Dante Ireland with the game-sealing touchdown. But for some reason, Brooks says, hey, I want to try again. That gets deflected on 4th down. Dallas Sauce with the deflection. And ladies and gentlemen, Virginia Tech, wrong stats because I keep fucking forgetting to switch it. Virginia Tech would take down Brooke, Dave, Kal-El, and Polly Truth and increase their record to 2-2 as they win 38-24, possibly. And this may be a possible, okay? Because I told everybody you have to vote for Ray Bashan, right? Chevy Monte Carlo may actually have a running once again for Offensive Player of the Week. Just look at those stats. 24-34, 212 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, 70% on his completion. Only took 4 sacks. Had 14 attempts for 14 yards and 1 fumble. He had a 1-yard average on rushing. Baller status. Bogey Barr had 32 attempts, 172 yards, had 5 catches for 25. Leon Schneider had 4 for 66 and the touchdown. Malachi Strong had 4 for 52 and the touchdown. Had a rushing attempt for 22 yards. Ooh, was reading Crazy's comment. Reinforcements coming next week for Nebraska in the form of a walk-on, says Crazy Canuck. You got to protect your shins or your ankles or whichever part you want to protect because she will hurt them all. Hayes Deason had 4 catches for 23 yards. He also had an attempt for a yard on rushing. Dallas Sauce had 8 tackles, 2 for a loss, an interception that went -1 yards, and a deflection and a forced fumble. Will Todd had 8 tackles for 1 for a loss. Begin had 4 tackles, 2 for a loss, and a sack. Ken Whiteout's chop block. If the referees don't throw the flag, it's legal. Yogi Barr had 4 tackles, 2 for a loss, a sack and an interception. Rainman, 4 tackles, 1 for a loss and a deflection. James Earl Troll, 3 tackles, 1 interception for 10 yards. Robert Thump, 2 tackles, 1 for a loss and a deflection. Over on the Nebraska side, Brooke Behringer just got to get over those turnovers. I don't know what's going on with her, but she looked lights out in the preseason tournament, just the regular season. It's just pick after pick after pick after pick after pick after pick. 23 for 41, 231 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, 56% completion rating. Took 3 sacks, 10 attempts for -8 yards. Polly Truth, 14 attempts for 38 yards. Sounds like my son's nose. He also had 8 catches for 16 yards. Speedy Gonzalez had 6 catches for 68 yards and a touchdown. Dave Axis Jr., 4 catches for 81 yards. And he also had the kickoff return for a touchdown. Forgot to add that on your stats, Dave. I apologize, but you do have that touchdown in my eyes. Robert Teestabaum had 1 catch for 2 yards. Kal-El, 15 tackles, 1 ATK, and 3 for a loss. Rob Foraker had 7 tackles, 1 ATK, 3 for a loss, and 2 sacks. Hungry Johnny had 7 tackles, 2 for a loss. Jaquiz Garfield III had 4 tackles. John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith had 4 tackles, 1 for a loss. Kenny Slider had 3 tackles, 1 for a loss. And Randy Brooks rounding out the stats for 3 tackles and an interception for 34 yards. And Nebraska would fall to 1-3 on the season. Still trying to figure out what the issue is, but I just told them repeatedly over and over and over again, Brooks got to get over the interceptions. That is the issue here. Brooke just loves throwing the interceptions. It's like everybody... It's like every good quarterback in this league, besides me, of course, obviously. Every other good quarterback in this league is just becoming a Tommy Tebow. Plain and simple. I mean, you got Brooke throwing it. You got Brooke throwing interceptions. You got Lisa throwing interceptions. Chevy Monte Carlo threw an interception. Of course, he had 5 touchdowns on the day, but, you know, we're going to look at that pick 6 he threw, though.
You're fired.
T-Bone says Smack Talk Central. T-Bone! That first rule. First rule right up there. Speaking of Tommy T-Bone, we're not going to watch these highlights again. Actually, we're going to watch these highlights because somebody asked to see that kickoff return again. So we're going to watch that kickoff return because I am a nice guy.
Dave?
You see, it's just a normal kickoff return. Thought I didn't edit this video real quick. Dave's just running it out like normal, you know. There's the pile up. You figured the rest to be blowing the whistle, but Dave just gets out the pile, stiffs arm a man, says, "Hey, look, there's an end zone. Nobody's in front of me. I'm gonna run toward that bitch." I'm not offended. I'm just stating facts. You can state all the bullshit facts you want. But yeah, speaking of Tommy Tebow. How about we get to the game of the week? That is Alabama taking on Florida. You see, it's a 1st and 10. And they're just handing it right off to the running back. And this is where I thought like Florida was screwed because Connor Darian picking up 15 yards on the first play. Ooh, Florida was in for a game. 2nd and 5. Everywhere drops back in Florida. Just couldn't get the sack, but it's fine. Because guess what? They're heading to McDonald's because they want to make pick 6. Florida will take the 7-0 lead early in the game. As we head to another 1st and 10 by everywhere. He drops back. He's looking, trying to shrug off that interception, you know. But, you know, what goes around comes around. And there is another interception for the Florida Gators defense. Look at the coach is happy about his defense doing something. 1st and 10, the very first play after the interception. Tommy says, "Hey, I want to get on this." The reigning back-to-back offensive player of the week, Tommy Tebow, 45 yards, runs it in for the touchdown. Can he go for the three-peat? 3rd and 9 everywhere, throws it over the middle, picks up the first down with his receiver, J-Rock, getting 16 on there, getting his self-helped up. 1st and 10 once again for everywhere. Feeling confident that he's got his arm, throws it right over the middle. That's Javon Baker for 19. See, he hands it off to Connor Darian, trying to find his way. Just runs over a Florida defender. Didn't even have to lower his shoulder or anything. Just ran him over like a freight train. Alabama would settle for a field goal. We go to 1st and 10 for Florida. Throwing it over the left side. That is Mikael Becker. Nice little huge pickup there. Fix the handoff, flips it over. I believe that is Lucas Stormblade running down the field, and he's going to go into the end zone on the rushing attempt. Florida extends their lead 21-3. Next drive for Alabama, 1st and 10. Throwing it over the left side. And fucking pick central once again. Add everywhere to the list of quarterbacks that I have said before that are acting like Tommy Tebow, because that is his 3rd interception of the game, and we're not even done in the 1st. Speak of the motherfucker, Tommy Tebow runs in there for a touchdown, extends Florida's lead to 28-3. Pause. I did say 28-3. The Vietnam flashbacks are coming in right now, aren't they? Trayvon Hunter picks up 18, makes it a 1st down. 3rd and 9 later on in the drive. Everywhere drops back. Nice little pickup on the pressure there. Finds the receiver over there to the left. J-Rock picks up 21. Makes it a 1st and 10 later on in the drive. He got 2nd and 10 near the red zone everywhere. Seeing the pressure in front of him, says, "I don't give a shit. There's a sink over there," and he wants in the end zone. Alabama's first touchdown of the game makes it 28-10. Final seconds of the 1st. Tebow running over to the left. Had a man. I thought he had a man. I guess he was looking at the man too. That was the referee, but he threw it to an Alabama defensive man for the interception. There's the Tebow I know and I don't fucking love. All right, end of the 1st. Alabama has the ball. fakes the handoff, and everywhere is just going to run it himself for 20 yards. I think it's just with the letter K he has trouble with. Wow. 2nd and 13, try to throw it over there, and what a beautiful pick by Nate Ironsides. Look at that. Close to, oh, what the fuck just happened there? Okay, thanks. Thanks, editing crew. Thanks. 2nd and 10 for Tommy Tebow. He's going to get sacked there for 7 yards by Drake Babineau. We'll make it a 3rd and 17. Very next play, Tommy Tebow drops back. He's going to get sacked in the end zone for the first safety of the regular season. It belongs to the Crimson Tide. Makes it 28-12. Everywhere is dropping back on the next drive. 3rd and 6. Finds a wide open sink once again on the left side. Big first down completion. 1st and 10, very next play. Acts like he's going to run it, throwing it over the middle. Found the pressure. Connor Darien, 12 yards. Alabama is slowly but surely coming back into this game. 28-19, 4.5 left. Tommy Tebow trying to find some room. Meets his right end, and he's going to get sacked by Shane Thompson. 1st and 10 for everywhere. He's throwing it over the middle. Has his receiver. Another easy completion and first down for Alabama as they look to try and close that lead. Unfortunately, they would go 3 and out right after that. 2nd and 6. Tommy Tebow looking like he's trying to run it again. Trying to be like first quarter Tommy Tebow, but he's going to get sacked by Drake Babineau once again. And Babineau standing over him like, yeah, you're my bitch. Florida would be forced to punt. 1st and 10 for Alabama. They find that fucking sink running once again on the right side. Picks up the first down. Alabama would settle for the field goal on that drive. 3rd and 14 for Florida. Throwing over the middle. It is picked by the Alabama defense. Tommy Tebow is like, ah, shit. I'm my old self again, aren't I? You sure are, Tommy Tebow, and I can't wait but to salivate at your rating dropping each week. Everywhere would throw an interception straight to Nate Ironsides once again, and Ironsides says, you know what? I'm feeling a little hungry. I think I'm going to McDonald's for that pick 6. Florida would extend their lead 35-22. Alabama would find themselves in the red zone once again. Florida's defense just staring at the running back, running to the other side. Be like, does he have the ball or not? I can't really fucking tell. Alabama would run it in for the easy touchdown, 35-29. 2 minutes left in the 3rd. Tommy Tebow tries to throw it down the middle again, but once again, he's finding nothing but a Crimson Tide with an interception. They would absolutely do nothing on that drive. 2nd and 4. Florida says enough playing around. We're going to score. T. Roy Gaines gets a 7-yard touchdown. Makes it 43-29. They would go for 2, and they would make it. 1st and 10 for everywhere. I don't know why Florida went for 2, honestly. 1st and 10, Bama would hand it off to Connor, or that's everywhere. I apologize. Everywhere, run down the left side. Pick up a huge first down. They would do absolutely nothing with it. 3rd and 8 for Tommy Tebow, throwing it down the field. Had a man right there. Alabama, you have to get in front of the receiver if you want to stop him. Florida would take the field goal, make it 4th and 6 for Alabama. Finds a man wide open. That's J-Rock, 17 yards. 1st and 10 inside the red zone everywhere. Empty slot thrown over the middle. Has Slade Bolden 4 to 13 yards. Bama makes it a 46-36 game, and that's where it would end because fuck Roll Tide. Alabama loses to Florida in those ugly ass uniforms. I don't know why Tebow's celebrating. He didn't do shit tonight. And everywhere, just on the sideline, like, man, we really just lost to these motherfuckers. Yes, you did. 46-36, your final score. Tommy Tebow, 15 for 21, 178 yards, 3 interceptions, 71% completion rating, and sacked 6 times. Had 19 attempts for 86 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. If he gets one single vote for Offensive Player of the Week, I'm going to punch whoever voted for him, honestly. T. Roy Gaines, 13 attempts for 47 yards and a touchdown, had 2 catches for 12 yards. Jitterbug Watkins, 5 catches for 43 yards, 1 attempt for 1 yard on the rushing. Michael Becker, one catch for 29 yards. What's going on over here? I don't think Ray is okay. He's low-key obsessive with Tebow. I am not obsessive with Tebow. I just like seeing his downfall. He has a hard-on for Tommy. Nah, I ain't got no damn hard-on for Tommy. Crazy Canuck, that is correct. Roll Tears Roll, that is exactly what happened inside the swamp. That's probably what the swamp is filled with. Nate Hall, paid private claims.
With you?
Check for the lotion around his desk area. He may be using it for Tommy while you're not watching.
Nope. 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 Nope.
I can tell you right now, there's definitely no lotion around my desk.
Calling me a liar. Is that what you calling me?
Pee-pee.
Maybe she likes to watch. Oh, Crazy's calling Clams a cuck.
Canuck? I swear to God.
Oh, you're in trouble.
Your butt.
You're in trouble. Namie McNamerson, 7
Shut
tackles.
up, bitch.
You're good? Did you get your anger out?
No.
Can a female really be a cook? I'm gonna let y'all vote on that. Namie McNamerson, 7 tackles, 1 ATK, 1 for a loss, and 2 deflections. Shane Donovan had 6 tackles, 1 for a loss, had an interception for 37 yards. Jose Cruz, 6 tackles, 2 for a loss. Justin Carr, 4 tackles, 1 ATK, 1 for a loss, and 1 sack. Nate Ironsides, 3 tackles, 1 ATK, 2 interceptions for 70 yards, and a touchdown. Forgot to add that in there. I apologize. He also had a deflection. Tyler Hunt, 3 tackles, 2 for a loss. Don't worry, me kick him for you, Clams. Yeah, there you go. My leg. Everywhere on the other side, 33, 49, 397 yards, 3 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 67% completion rating, 3 sacks, 17 attempts, 86 yards, and the touchdown. Connor Darien, 13 attempts for 72 yards, 3 for 23 on catching and the touchdown. Trayvon Hunter, 9 for 69. Winham Sink, 4 catches for 112 yards and a touchdown. J-Rock had 4 for 65. Santana Yost, 1 catch for 4 yards. Drake Babineau had 8 tackles, 2 for a loss and 2 sacks. Jeremy Mosley had 6 tackles. And Shane Thompson had 5 tackles, 1 ATK, 1 for a loss, and 1 sack. Fuck you, Dave. Fuck you.
Hey, fuck you. I love you.
This man is burping on the mic during his show. It's my show. I can do what I want. Ray Gasmer.
Daddy. Oh, Daddy.
There you go. That was Alabama and Florida. As we move on to the next highlights, we're halfway done with the highlights, guys. So y'all can get back to your beautiful Father's Day Sunday before we all have to go back to work. So we move on. We're going to move on to the Battle of the Orange. That's right, we got Syracuse taking on Miami. 1st and 10 for Syracuse. Taz just says, hey, I'm going to take it myself. I'm going to run down the left side. I'm going to give a guy the stiff arm, and then I'll go down after a gain of 22. There's a little pickup from Taz there. It's 3-0 for Miami, so Syracuse is already down. 1st and 10 later on. Taz says, hey, you want to see me do it again? Shoves a man off. Picks up 17. And he says, there ain't no way we're losing this game. They would take the field goal after that game. Next possession for Miami, 3rd and 7, throwing it down the left side. Wide open receiver running down the side. Can't be catched. That is Artist God for the touchdown. Miami would take the lead right back, 10-3. Taz says, we ain't doing this. I'm going to run it. Those 2 guys are stupid for not even trying. Finds his teammate's butt right there, but picks up 17 on the run. End of the first quarter. Syracuse trying to throw it, trying to get out of his hands, but he's going to get sacked for 7 yards by Van Ross Jr. Syracuse would have to shortly punt it away. 2nd and 6 for Miami, trying to throw it short to the right, but it's picked off by the Syracuse Orange. And Belitsky hearing it from his coach, and he's like, man, fuck this shit. 2nd and 15 for the Orange. Taz drops back, throwing it over to the right side. Miami says, hey, thank you for your patronage. Picks it right off of Taz. Miami ball. 1st and 10.
Thank you for your patronage.
Slick Pants in the Wildcat says, hey, I got this. Don't worry about it. They ain't going to see me because my name is Slick Pants, as he runs it into the end zone. Makes it 17-3 for the Hurricanes. 3rd and 11 for the Orange. On Miami side of the field, wide open receiver on the right side. That's Ronnie Shanahan, 29 yards. Syracuse finds the end zone for the first time today. Makes it 17-10. 3rd and 18 after a Miami drive that went absolutely bumfuck nowhere. Taz throws a goddamn machine down the middle to Ed Hendricks for 43 yards. He picks up the first down. Later, very next play, says, I'm not done. Finds Damian Alford in the end zone. Makes it a tie game, 17-all. 1st and 10. Belitsky throwing to the right side. Nice little shot there, but Gooden hangs onto the ball for the first down. Miami would end up taking a field goal at the end of that drive. 1st and 10 for Syracuse. Nice little pitch option to Nick Warner. He gets 17 yards, picks up the first down. Later on, 2nd and 14 for the Orange. Throwing it over the middle. Wide open receiver once again. I knew Chad would quit. 29 yards, picks up a first down. We're already in the third quarter. In the red zone, Taz says, hey, I got this. Get your bitch ass off me. I'm heading in that end zone. It's a touchdown for the Syracuse Orange. They take the lead 24-20. 2nd and 13, because Miami did absolutely bumfuck nothing with their drive. Hands it off, and it's another big run down the left side for Syracuse. Courtney Jackson getting the 29 yards. 1st and goal inside the red zone. Taz drops back. You thought I was going to run it, did you? Oh, psych, I am running it. Runs it up the gut. Picks up the 3-yard touchdown. Extends their lead to 31-20. 1st and 10 for Miami. Says, all right, we got to be in these highlights now. Our offense has to do something. Nice little throw out to Artis God there for 15 yards and the first down. Later on in the drive, Belitsky drops back, looking, throwing the right side, wide open receiver with 2 defenders around him, picks up a first down. Once again, Grant Hardaway with his first catch of the game. Later on in the drive, 2nd and goal, hands it off to Slick Pants and enters into the end zone once again, because that's what a Slick Pants does. Decreases the lead to 31-27, but Syracuse trying to put the nail in the coffin, but they're giving it to Miami to do it. Miami intercepts Taz right there in the middle. His 2nd interception on the day. Miami would find themselves in the red zone and again hands it to the Slick Pants master himself. That's Jimmy. Finds his 3rd touchdown of the day. Makes it 34-31, and Syracuse says, hey, we ain't going down without a fight. Hands it off to Why He Hate Me. Gets it into the end zone. Makes it 38-34. Miami does absolutely bumfuck nothing with their next drive. A halfback screen, and it works so well. That man spins out of the tackle, picks up 20, Nick Warner. Syracuse would take the field goal to be up by 7, and Miami says that's perfect for us because they're throwing it down to the right side to Anastasia Beaverhausen for 43 yards. Very next play, Belitsky drops back. He's looking, shreds off the sack, throwing it down the right side, and Anastasia gets in front of the Syracuse defender for the touchdown. We have a tie game, 1.5 minutes left. Syracuse dropping back, throwing down the field, wide open man, Chester chest, 26 yards. And Syracuse is running up to the line, 30 seconds left. And they should snap this really quickly, you would think, but Syracuse has some strategy up their sleeve. Look at Taz. He's like, I know what to do. Look at this defense. They're not gonna expect it coming. I'm gonna run down this clock, and it's gonna be the final fucking play of the game. Look at him. Look at him. See the hunger in his eyes. See the focus. 4 seconds. 3, 2, takes the snap, has a blitz coming on the left side, but it's too late. Has a man open on the right side, going in untouched. It's Chester Chess with the game-winning touchdown, and Syracuse takes down Miami and brings them down to 0-4 on a last-minute touchdown. Syracuse picking up their 2nd win of the game, of the season. Bullet Belitsky for the Hurricanes, 16 for 23, 260 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 69%. Nice. 2 sacks, 5 attempts on 1 yard of rushing. Jimmy Slick Pants, 26 attempts for 156 yards.
Nice.
3 touchdowns, and also had the fumble. He was also 1 for 1 with 12 yards passing. I forgot to include that in the highlights. I am so sorry, Slick Pants, but that man threw a ball, and it almost reached the end zone. 2 catches for 2 yards as well. Grant Hardaway had 2 catches for 22 yards. He also had a rushing attempt for 3 yards. Anastasia Beaverhausen had 4 catches for 97 yards and a touchdown. Artis God had 4 catches for 111 yards and a touchdown. Corey Gooden had 4 catches for 41 yards. Luther Vandeross Jr., 11 tackles, 6 for a loss, and 3 sacks, completing the trifecta today. Davion Walker, 8 tackles, 2 for a loss, 1 interception, and 3 yards. Tino Sosa had 6 tackles. King Jamal had 6 tackles, 1 for an interception. Dragonfire had 4 tackles, 1 for a loss, and Booger Conway had only 2 tackles. Just blame it on the rain, yeah. Taz Von Wolfswinkel, 24 for 30, 400 yards straight, passing, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 80% completion rating, but also took 10 sacks on the day. 22 attempts for 40 yards and 2 touchdowns on his rushing. Nick Warner had 13 attempts for 59 yards, also had 3 catches for 28 yards. Ronnie Shanahan, 3 catches for 48 yards and a touchdown. Chester Chess, 3 catches, 90 yards, and the game-winning touchdown. Joey Dakota had 3 catches for 20 yards. Butch Menor had 11 tackles, 1 for a loss. Bob Funk had 9 tackles, 1 forced fumble. Ace Blade had 3 tackles, 1 for a loss. Lutberg Von Rugen had 2 tackles, 1 deflection. Oliver Klazoff, 2 tackles. Oh, I get the joke on that name there. Oliver Klozoff, gotcha. 2 tackles, 1 for a loss. DJ Woods, 2 tackles, 1 for a loss and 1 sack. And Vinny Boombats, 2 tackles, 1 interception, and 2 deflections in that game. It was a heartbreaker for Miami. They saw the win in their grasp, and Syracuse just ripped it out of them. Miami falls to 0-4. Syracuse breaks even, surprisingly. They're 2-2 now in the season, which is very shocking because, you know.
Syracuse football sucks.
Thank you. I was looking for it.
I know you were.
But as soon as I can get a hold of that sound from whoever has it, we're going to be changing that from Syracuse football sucks to Hurricane football sucks. Because Miami has just taken that sound.
I know who's that voice is.
Clam's got background jokes. I love it. She always has the background jokes.
Mama.
I do.
What do you mean, what did you do?
I was just confused.
Mama.
I think Ray is going to have a lotion motion session after that.
Ew!
The only thing that pops into my head is that song that just, come on, baby.
I like
do
jizz.
the lotion motion.
Why?
Didn't he say something about... Didn't he say something about Miami Sound Machine? What? Yeah, I'm going to change the Syracuse football sucks sound to say Hurricane football sucks. That's what I said. Let's recap in the chat here. This is the Reycap. Thank you, Mrs. Canuck. Dave is apparently fingering Mrs. Canuck AO. Dave says, I'm trying to approve it, but it's hard on my phone.
Nope.
Your phone has a hard on?
Nope.
Grant, what's going on? Welcome to the AACL Reycap. Just cooling out on this Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Grant. Syracuse going to have to Milli Vanilli this game. Miami? What? Okay, crazy.
You're dumb if you don't understand that.
I do not understand that.
Why?
Because
What's wrong with you?
What is wrong with you?
Mama.
Hey, you're 1-3. Shut up.
That doesn't matter.
It does matter, but it doesn't matter because guess what? We're going to transition into the other highlights. We got the undefeated UNLV going to be taking on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, trying to climb their back way in after a 2-game loss. 3rd and 9. He's just dancing around in that pocket, finally finding a man wide open. One-handed catch from Doug Britton. Easy first down for UNLV. They would take a field goal, but the very next drive hands it right off to the running back, and he's going into the end zone pretty much untouched. UNLV would take the early 10-0 lead. And there's the dot machine himself. Ray Bashan drops back, looking over the middle, has his man right there in the middle, shreds off a tackle, couldn't shred off the second. Joe Wilkins Jr. with a nice 48-yard reception. Notre Dame would settle for a field goal after that. Stopping UNLV, 1st and 10, hands it off to Lil Sy. He's running around the outside for the big first down. 38 yards. Notre Dame looking to try and tie this game up. 1st and 10. Now in UNLV territory, Ray Bashan throws it over down the middle. Has his man, sheds off a tackle. That is Bryant fucking Jefferson, 42 yards, and Notre Dame ties it up 10-10. 1st and 10. Ray Bashan drops back once again, trying to find somebody, but the fucking O-line does not help him. And Ray actually fumbles it. Peter McLongfellow scoops it up, and he's going to run it into the end zone for the scoop and score. Makes it 17-10 UNLV. Next drive for Notre Dame, they drive it all the way down into the red zone. Ray trying to find somebody, has a man wide open in the back. That is Joseph Delaney with a 13-yard touchdown. Notre Dame ties it right back up, 17-17. Next drive for Notre Dame. Ray says, fuck it. I got wheels. I can run down there. Look at that man running. Look at the speed this man has. Gets shoved out of bounds after 36 yards. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Ray drops back, looking to throw it again, but the O-line just nowhere for protection. Ray gets sacked by Peter McLongfellow. Notre Dame would settle for the field goal. 1st and 10, throw over to left side, running into the end zone untouched. Doug Brayton, 47 yards. UNLV would retake the lead by 4. Next drive for UNLV, fakes a handoff. He's just going to run it himself. Nice little blocking down there for the Rebels. Robo is the one, 22 yards, picks up the first down. They would take a field goal, bring it up to 11. Ray drops back. He's looking, doing a little dance. He's getting sacked, though, before he can make some love by Peter McLongfellow. Once again, Notre Dame would have to punt. Next drive for UNLV. Robo looking over the middle, has a man, but unfortunately, he's wearing a green top. It's intercepted by Notre Dame. John Carter with his first interception, I believe, of the season. 2nd and 2 later on in the drive after the interception. Ray just hands it off to Lil Sy. He runs it up the gut 5 yards to put Notre Dame back within 4. 3rd and 13 for UNLV. Third quarter winding down. That man, I don't know what the fuck that was, but that man just threw it down to the ground and it fell incomplete, so UNLV would be held to a field goal. Notre Dame would be stopped on 4th and goal at the 1, but it doesn't matter because Rob Cruz jumps up and picks it off in the end zone for the touchdown. So we have a tie game, 34-34. And look at Robo just brought the Notre Dame defender to his knees and says, "You ain't getting me down." We got a 1st and 10. We hand it off to the running back, and just nobody can drop him behind the line. He finally gets dropped down. Fillmore Slim, nice little pickup there. UNLV would take the field goal. Ray says a field goal's not good enough. There's a man wide open down the right side. That's going to be Bryant fucking Jefferson. He picks up 50 yards as he closes in on 100 yards. Can the curse be broken? 3rd and 4. Ray drops back, trying to find somebody open. He finds a man right there in the middle. That's Kevin Austin Jr. Gets the 8-yard touchdown. Notre Dame would take the lead 41-37. 48 seconds left. UNLV has 48 seconds, 3 timeout to try to get down there. Shreds the tackle. He's running down the left side. If that tackle was there, it'd probably be Notre Dame game, but they let him run down the right side. Adam Warren Williams with the nice pickup. 38 seconds left. UNLV now throwing down the right side. Has a man, he gets taken out of bounds. That's Matty Britton for 33 yards. And slowly but surely, UNLV is now in 3rd and goal. 20 seconds left, throwing it over to left side. 3 receivers, but it's Matty Britton going to be with the game-winning touchdown as UNLV remains undefeated and puts Notre Dame down to 1-3 on a hell of a matchup. UNLV 44-41, winning on the last minute once again. The stats of the game: Ray Bashan, the dot machine, 31 for 36, 416 yards, 3 touchdowns, 86% completion rating, had 5 sacks, 15 attempts for 40 yards, and a fumble on the rushing. Lil Sai had 30 attempts at 142 yards and a touchdown. He also had 3 catches for 8 yards. I don't know why I put attempts there. Bryant fucking Jefferson had 8 catches for 132 yards and a touchdown. Unfortunately, the curse still continues for BFJ. Joseph Delaney, 4 catches for 39 yards and a touchdown. Eric Battle had 9 tackles, 2 for a loss. Jacob Andrews, 7 tackles, 1 for a loss. Roy Vega, 5 tackles, 1 ATK and 1 deflection. Tyjiren James Jr., his first game of his AACL career, had 4 tackles, 1 for a loss. John Carter had 3 tackles, 1 for a loss, an interception for 9 yards, and a deflection. Daniel Anaki had 2 tackles, and Rob Cruz had the 2 tackles, 1 interception in the end zone for the touchdown. Over on the UNLV side, Rob is the one, 17 for 27, 279 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 62% completion rating, had a sack, only 1 sack on the day, 9 attempts for 46 yards on rushing. Fillmore Slim, 21 attempts for 163 yards and a touchdown. He also had a catch for a yard. Doug Britton, 3 catches for 85 yards and the touchdown. Adam Worm Williams, 2 catches for 37 yards. Xavier Thomas, 9 tackles, 1 ATK. Peter McLongfellow, possibly a strong candidate to win that Defensive Player of the Week. 9 tackles, 1 ATK, 5 tackles for a loss, 3 sacks, had a fumble recovery for 37 yards and the touchdown. I don't see how anybody can beat that man for Defensive Player of the Week. Mason Stonewall, 9 tackles, 1 for a loss and 1 deflection. JT Waters had 7 tackles and a deflection. AK Jones had 4 tackles. And Frank Doom, 4 tackles, 2 for a loss, a sack, and the fumble recovery. Or the forced fumble, not the fumble recovery. I apologize. After the show, Google Milli Vanilli, blame it on the rain. Nate Hall says, I'm a hustler, but not of corn. He still won't get the reference. It's Ray, trust me, probably. Not talking about your magazine subscriptions, Nate. How do you know what's under my bed, asshole? That was the craziest pick I have ever seen. No, actually, no. The Nate Ironside's close to the ground interception is probably the craziest one I have seen. P. Fedor put it online. Damn, that's cold. I called that pick 6. Dave did exactly call that pick 6. Peter McLongfellow, strong candidate for Player of the Week. Definitely. 0-yard pick 6. Yeah, that makes sense, right? The curse. Who the fuck is Rob is the one? I don't fucking know. But he's led his team to a 4-0 record. The only 2 undefeated teams in the AACL that belongs to Penn State and UNLV. What the fuck is this shit? This is the Week 4 AACL Reycap. Corn Hub, welcome in. Greatly appreciate it.
Daddy. Oh, Daddy.
The Father's Day edition. Thank you for reminding me.
Daddy. Oh, Daddy.
And it's actually perfect timing that you're now in the chat there. Great fucking timing. Because guess what? It's your game up next. Iowa taking on LSU inside of Louisiana. LSU coming off that stinging last-second loss to Penn State last week. And it looks like it's not going to get better as Marco Swift gets 21 yards. Next play is 3rd and 5, but LSU immediately get in front of the receiver, getting a pick. And he's going to get dropped at the 45-yard line. So LSU, nice little redemption on defense there. Makes it 1st and 10 for them. Larry Ballard, he's dropping back. He's looking, got all the protection he needs. Throwing down the left side, but he's still going to throw an interception to Iowa. The referees would look at it and say, yeah, that's an interception no matter what, as Iowa hands it off to Jaden Swift. He picks up 17 on that run later on in the drive. 1st and 10, 40-yard line. Marco has the ball himself. Tried to pitch it, but it gets recovered by the LSU defense. Lasha, long-ass last name, with the fumble recovery. As you can see here, It just gets dislodged out of his hands. I gotta work on the slow-mo apparently. 1st and 10, Larry Ballin fakes the handoff, has it himself. Nice little cut move to break the defender's ankles, and he's gonna run it into the end zone for the first touchdown on the day. It brings up the 7-0 for LSU. Iowa doesn't like that. Trying to come back after the interception, and they're just going to throw another interception to LSU. And he's running down the right side. Can he get it in the end zone? No, he's going to get shoved out of bounds by Marco Swift. 1st and goal for the Tigers. Larry Ballin takes the snap, fakes the handoff, pitched it right over to Brute Bandit. He's going to run in for 6 yards and extend LSU's lead to 14-0. Next drive for Iowa. Don't throw an interception. I beg of you, please don't. He finds his man, actually. DJ Bandit picks up 23 yards, a 1st down later on the drive. It's 2nd and goal for Iowa. Marco Swift drops back. He's looking over the right side. A man wide open. That is Cornhub. 6 yards and the touchdown. Iowa gets on the board. It's 14-7. Larry Ballin hands it off to Brute Bandit. Brute Bandit running up the gut, breaking defenders left and right. Says, that is my end zone. I'm going for it, and you can't stop me. Okay, maybe he can stop me. Picks up a huge chunk of change there. 4th and inches. LSU says, I'm feeling ballsy. We're going to go for it. And Iowa says, yeah, you shouldn't have done that. That's a turnover on downs for the LSU Tigers. Keeps it 14-7. Very next drive. Fakes the handoff to Jaden. Marco looking over the right side. Has his man. As Stephon Forge for 21 yards. Iowa would go absolutely nowhere with it. The next drive, Larry Ballin runs it in himself, picks up the easy touchdown, extends the Tigers' lead to 21-7. Iowa once again goes absolutely nowhere with the drive after that. So Ballin says, hey, why not? Fucking Ray Colston over there to the left with the huge 1st down. 2nd and 5, 48 seconds left. Fakes the handoff. Larry Ballin says, hey, I got it. Look at all those blockers over there to the left. I can run it in for my 3rd touchdown of the day. LSU goes up 28-7. 2nd and 12 for Iowa after halftime, and he just gets obliterated by his own lineman. But they're going to give the sack to Dylan Ux. Iowa would have to punt the ball. 1st and 10 for Larry Ballin, throwing down the left side. Wide open man going into the end zone. LSU extends the lead to 35-7. Very next drive for Iowa, 1st and 10. Trying to get the ball out of his hands, but he's going nowhere. He's going to get sacked by Alex Roy. Iowa would have to punt after a 3-and-out. 2nd and 14, Larry Ballin rolling over to the left side, but apparently he throwing to a man in a yellow jersey, and that's going to be an easy pick 6 for the Hawkeyes. Brings it down to 38-14. Iowa with the ball once again to start the 4th quarter. Has his man over on the left side. That is Ethan Flowers with the 15-yard reception. 2nd and 10. Marco drops back, looking, finds Jaden Swift right there on the left side, shrugs a defender, picks up 18 and the 1st down. Is 3rd and 4 now. Marco Swift drops back. He's looking, feels the pressure behind him, trying to get out of there, but he's going to get sacked by the LSU defense. LSU would take the ball. 3rd and 11. Larry Ballin looking, throwing down the field. That's another interception for the Iowa Hawkeyes. 6 minutes left in the game. They're celebrating, but they are still down by 24. 4th and 5 for Marco. He's trying to find somebody. Finds a man over in the middle for the 1st down. Stephon Forge extends the drive after 18 yards. 1st and 10. Marco Swift throwing it down the middle once again. Has a man wide open. DJ Bandit with 18 yards. Iowa would have to settle for the field goal. Started 6 for LSU, trying to find somebody. Larry Ballin's going to get dropped for 7 yards by the Iowa defense. That's Hannibal Crow with his sack. And throwing it down the field, Marco Swift finds DJ Bandit at the sideline. 3rd and 10 for Marco, trying to find somebody, just going to try to throw it short, but there is an LSU man right there. That should have been a horse collar tackle. The referees didn't call it, though. LSU will get the ball, and that'll pretty much sum up the game for him there. But ladies and gentlemen, LSU goes up to 3-1 overall on the season with a 41-17 victory over the Iowa Hawkeyes. As you can see, Hawkeyes just got shut out in the second quarter there, 7-0, 7-3. Meanwhile, LSU 14-14, 10-3. So we go down to the stats of the game. Larry Ballin, 17 for 22, 190 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, 77% and 2 sacks. 23 attempts, 103 yards on the ground, though, with 3 touchdowns. Larry Ballin pulling up 4 touchdowns total. Brute Bandit had 20 attempts, 130 yards, 1 touchdown, 6 catches for 36 yards. Fucking Ray Colston had 1 catch for 29 yards. 1 attempt rushing for -2 yards, though. Darius Gardner had 2 catches for 8 yards, 1 attempt rushing for 6 yards. Travius James had 4 catches for 37 yards. Essex Denabella, 3 catches, 75 yards, and a touchdown. Dylan Ux, 12 tackles, 3 for a loss, 1 sack, 2 deflections, and 1 forced fumble. Alex Roy had 6 tackles, 3 for a loss, and 2 sacks. Lasha, long-ass last name. 6 tackles, 1 fumble recovery for 4 yards. Justin Brown had 4 tackles. Yayo Montana had 3 tackles, 1 ATK, 1 for a loss, and 1 sack. Caleb Manning rounding it out for the Tigers, 3 tackles and 1 deflection. Over on the Iowa Hawkeye side, Marco Swift, 27 for 42, 307 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, 64%.
You gotta get Swifty. You gotta get Swifty in here.
8 sacks for Marco Swift, so not really Swifty. 12 attempts, -10 yards, and a fumble as well on the ground. Jaden Swift, 26 attempts for 91 yards, also had 2 catches for 19 yards. DJ Bandit, 6 catches for 94 yards. Cornhub, 6 catches for 59 yards and a touchdown. Ethan Flowers had 5 catches for 52 yards. Stephon Forge had 4 for 49. Hannibal Crow, 9 tackles, 3 for a loss, and a sack. Zeus Williams, 6 tackles, 1 for a loss, and an interception for 4 yards. DJ Kilgannon. That's what I'm going with. 6 tackles, 1 for a loss. Ty White, 5 tackles, 2 interceptions for 11 yards and a touchdown. Damian Chambers had 4 tackles, 2 for a loss. Philly Collins had 4 tackles, and Johnny Savage, 2 tackles and 1 for a loss. Back into the chat. Corn Daddy, hell yeah. Already did. We should recap Miami game. Unfortunately, the Miami game was 2 games before this one. I apologize. Fucking Ray. Just skip the rest of this shit team of Iowa shit. You can watch it on the VOD after the show. There you go. 38-14. Sometimes I remember that Miami isn't a bad team. We just have bad luck. Too many close losses. Yeah, that goes well for Miami. We're lucky the refs are mostly sober in the AACL. You know where to find them. What's the opposite of Swifty?
Do not come.
Slowski? Here we go, Slowski? Unswifty?
Gotcha.
We gotta get Unswifty in here.
Swifties. Swiftless.
Swiftless, that's a good one. That's a very good one, Nate. I like that one. But anyways, LSU moves up to 3-1 on the season. Looking to try and climb back up in the rankings or possibly stay where they are. Because I believe, yeah, LSU stayed number 2. LSU went to number 2 after their loss to Penn State last week. So looking like they probably kept their position at number 2. We'll have to see what all the polls and everything put together say about that. As we move on to the last game of the night. Oh, I forgot that was there. Hey, how you doing? We're going to move on to the last game of the night. That is, of course, the Ohio State and Tennessee game. 2nd and 3, Rodney Dangerfield decides to take it himself, runs over a Buckeye, and then just slides on him, rubbing his nuts all over the body of the Buckeye defender. 2nd and goal for Tennessee, hands it off to the running back, just punches in Fab Freddy for the touchdown. Tennessee would go up 7-0. Look at those fans. They're all happy and excited. Hopefully nothing bad happens to their team this week. Right? Right? Nate Hall hands it off to Ryan Davis. Ryan Davis runs down the left side. Had one man to beat, gets wrapped up behind, and he picks up 19 yards. Later on the drive, it's 1st and 10. Nate Hall looking, throwing it over the middle there. Has his receiver. It's going to be Ty Bird for 15 yards. Makes it a 4th and goal. Ohio State says, fuck it. It's early in the game. Nate Hall runs it himself for the touchdown. Ohio State ties it up 7-7. Next drive, 1st and 10 for Tennessee. Dangerfield drops back. He's looking and is picked off by the Ohio State defense. Wrapped his arm around his teammate and still hanged on to the ball. Zach Elliott with the interception. Ohio State would take a field goal after that. 3rd and 9 for Dangerfield. Shrugs off the sack, throwing it down the middle, and it's another pick by the Ohio State defense. It says, you want to rub your nuts all over me? I'm going to pick you off twice. Hands off to Ryan Davis, pretty much going up the left side untouched. Heading to the middle of the field to the tee. Picks up the 1st down later in the drive. 1st and goal. Nate Hall takes it himself once again. 1-yard touchdown. Ohio State takes the 17-7 lead. Look at Brutus just getting down. Look at him working them hips. His hips don't lie. Tennessee would take a field goal after their next drive, but Nate Hall looking to pound it in more. Runs it in once again. Brings the lead to 24-10. Tennessee doing absolutely nothing with their next drive. Nate Hall says, hey, I got something. No, he's got nothing. That's an interception to Tennessee. His 1st interception of the game. 3rd and 8 for Dangerfield. 20 seconds down the clock. Ohio State runs it up on the easy floater and picks it off. And Dangerfield, knowing the whereabouts, has the speed to drop him, but the damage is done. We have 15 seconds left. The next play, Nate Hall drops back. He's looking, trying to find somebody. Finds a man over in the middle. They shove him into the end zone. Trenton Rivera with the 12-yard touchdown. Ohio State would go up 31-10 before half. Make it a 2nd and 9. 5 minutes left in the quarter. Dangerfield would fumble the ball, and his dumbass lineman would just trip over it and not even pick it up, leaving it for the Buckeyes to grab it. So the Buckeyes would recover the fumble. Nate Hall stepping back would throw over to his right. Has a receiver trying to burn the defender but couldn't do it. But he does make it a 1st and goal. Ohio State would take the field goal shortly thereafter. Dangerfield throwing down the middle. Has a wide open receiver. He's heading into that beautiful orange and white checkered end zone for the touchdown. Tennessee would try to go for 2. As you see here, but they're just going to get slung down by the Ohio State defense. Dangerfield takes the sack by Ron Haynes. So it remains 34-16. Nate Hall has the ball himself, flicks it over to Ryan Davis at the last possible second, and Davis gets hip drop tackled. 21-yard rush. Later on in the drive, it's 3rd and goal. Empty backfield for Nate. Throwing it over there. He has his receiver 10 toes down. Trent Rivera, 8 yards. Ohio State piles on another touchdown. Makes it 41-16. 48 seconds left. Dangerfield just braces for impact as he gets sacked for 12 yards by P. Fedor. Make it a 3rd and 22. Ain't no way they're going to convert this, right? Dangerfield says you're wrong. Finds a man wide open on the left side. Ronnie Renfro with 36 yards. Picks up the 1st down. Very next play, Dangerfield drops back. He's looking, throwing the right side. That's Dangerfield, as that is an Ohio State defender picking him off once again. Dangerfield's like, I got him. He shoves him out of bounds. Right before the 3rd quarter ends, Ryan Watts with the interception. After the quarter ends, I believe this is 2nd down. Nate Hall doing a little dance, make a little love, finds his receiver on the right side tonight. Trent Rivera, 18 yards. 1st and 10, very next play. Nate Hall fakes a handoff to Ryan Davis. Ryan Davis gets right back next to Nate Hall. Nate Hall spins out of a tackle, runs it in for another touchdown. Nate Hall, 18 yards, makes the Buckeyes lead 48-16. Hands it off to Ryan Davis. Ryan Davis is off to the right side. One man the beat, could not beat him. 18 yards, but he does get it in the red zone. And Ryan Davis like, man, I should have had like 5 touchdowns today. I swear to God. Ohio State would take the field goal. 1st and 10 for Dangerfield, throwing it over the middle, has his man right there. James Walters with 28 yards. Very next play, 1st and 10, Dangerfield drops back. He's looking. He's standing there. He's still looking. He's standing there, throwing it deep, and it's picked off. Once again by the Ohio State defense. And Ohio State just looking to run this clock out and take the victory as Nate Hall runs it to left side, 17 yards. 2 minutes left, 3rd and 12. Nate Hall just needs a first down and this game is over. He finds his man. That's Ty Bird getting the first down in the red zone. As Ohio State will completely obliterate Tennessee 51-16. My God, what a killing. Probably the worst killing I have seen in a while here in the AACL. Rodney Dangerfield, 17 for 32, 260 yards, 1 touchdown, 5 interceptions, 53% completion rating, 4 sacks, 15 attempts for 33 yards, and the fumble on the ground. Fat Freddy, 10 attempts for 23 yards and the touchdown. He also had a catch for 6 yards. James Walters had 6 catches for 112 yards and 1 touchdown. Strong arm Armstrong, 4 catches for 49 yards. Ronnie Renfro had 3 catches for 52 yards. James Klein has 13 tackles, 1 ATK, and 3 for a loss. TJ Frosty, 10 tackles, 3 for a loss. Bobby Boucher, 7 tackles, 1 for a loss. Chris Jive, 6 tackles. Josh Haynes, 3 tackles, 1 ATK. DJ Price had 3 tackles and the interception for -1 yards. Danny Carmichael had 3 tackles on the day. Over on the dominating side, Nate Hall, 23 for 28. 244 yards, 2 touchdowns thrown, 1 interception, 82% completion rating, 3 sacks, 18 attempts on the ground, 47 yards, and 4 rushing touchdowns for Nate Hall. Ryan Davis, meanwhile, 22 attempts, 186 yards only. Share the fucking touchdowns, Nate. Share up! Ryan Davis also had a catch for 11 yards. Jalen Washington had 6 catches for 53 yards. He also had a rushing attempt for -1 yard. Trenton Rivera, 5 catches for 62 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ty Bird had 4 catches for 56 yards. Ty Highfield had 2 catches for 15 yards. Tony Lemon had 9 tackles, 2 for a loss. Ron Haynes, 7 tackles, 2 for a loss, and 1 deflection. Gerald Pope had 3 tackles, 2 interceptions, 1 deflection. Zach Elliott had 3 tackles, 2 interceptions for 26 yards, and 2 deflections. And P. Fedor rounding us out for 2 tackles, 2 for a loss, 2 sacks, and a forced fumble. Ohio State improves to 2-2. Tennessee, I believe, fell down to 2-2. I believe. Don't quote me on that. Didn't really work on records this week, as you see. OSU, no, you are right. I apologize. OSU picks up their first win of the season, 1-3. You are correct. They are 1-3. Thought they won a game earlier. No, they did. They lost that game. That's right. They are 1-3. I apologize. Honestly, I shouldn't really be apologizing. I try to give y'all a better record. But Ohio State finally gets on that W column. After trying so hard every single week, they find the groove behind Nate Hall's 4 rushing touchdowns and leaving Ryan Davis with just yards. And Nate Hall says he's not going to share. He's a greedy dick, and I don't care. We were done losing with 3 straight losses. It was unfortunate that our frustration fell on Tennessee. Well, keep that frustration going in the next week, ladies and gentlemen. See if Ohio State can pull off the back-to-back wins. But that will be it for the highlights. That was all 8 games on this Father's Day edition of the AACL Recap.
Daddy.
We will give you the schedule starting tomorrow after the AACL 2 show with Dave and myself. First game matchup you have there is Florida going to Ohio State. Ohio State picking up that big win against Tennessee, but Florida seemingly found their offensive mojo See if Ohio State can knock them down a peg. The second game on Monday, you got Tennessee going to Miami. Tennessee trying to... Ooh, Miami might actually have a first win that game. On Tuesday, we got LSU going to Syracuse to take on the Oranges. This should be a killing. The mid-marquee matchup, you got Notre Dame going to Kansas to take them on. Notre Dame's hopefully wanting that Ohio State domination against Kansas and pick up their second win of the season. The late game on Tuesday, you got Auburn taking on UNLV. Auburn looking to dethrone UNLV as one of the two undefeated teams, but can Lisa find her former self and not throw interceptions like Tommy Tebow. The first game on Wednesday, you got Nebraska going to Alabama. Nebraska trying to find their rhythm once again. It seems like they got Dave on board. They got Speedy on board. They just need to get Polly Truth on board now.
Dave?
The mid-marquee on Wednesday, you got Virginia Tech going to Penn State. Is Virginia Tech going to be the one to drop Penn State down for their first loss? We will have to see about that. Chevy Monte Carlo trying to pass all over DeHayton in that defense. And the last matchup of week 5 of this early week schedule, you got the Bumblebee game, as I like to call it, and so does Dave. We got Missouri going to Iowa to try and knock down their corn stalks and pick up the win there. But, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the AACL Reycap for week 4. I hope y'all enjoyed. Games are empty and win. If that is mountain time, I'm gonna kill you. I don't care about mountain time. Ladies and gentlemen, week 4 of the AACL Reycap is now done and over with. I will see you again next, I believe it's Monday? Yeah, Monday night. I will see you again for week 5 edition of the AACL Reycap in a brand new home, honestly, because we're finally getting out of these apartments this week. So, and lucky for y'all, y'all only have to hear my voice once this, well, actually twice with the AACL show and then calling a game, but either way. I greatly appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the nice comments. I hope y'all all had... It has always followed Sunday. I was talking about next week, crazy. Next week. I hope y'all all had a wonderful Father's Day edition. Hope y'all got to sit in that couch, drink a couple brewskis, and do some fishing even if you wanted to. Or if you're a single father, that's why I put them down there. Huh? The eye candy. Yeah, they got some good wings too, but you know, the eye candy. Yeah. Anyways.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. Anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow for the AACL 2 Night Show special Monday edition starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Central, and 4 p.m. Pacific. Dave and I will be going over the next week, making our picks, going through the new top 10 of week 5. But guys, that'll do it for me. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Sunday and then go relax. Drink a couple more before you have to go back to work tomorrow. I'll see you guys again next Monday. Hope y'all have a good one.